I'm filming myself writing a book every day, and today I'm gonna start on planning the plot. The way I plan the plot for a book tends to be in two stages. First, I do an overall summary of the major plot points, and then I do a more detailed plan that is written as if I were telling the story to you in conversation. This works well for me because it means that most of the story structure is really good before I even start writing the official first draft, and that saves me time in editing afterwards. When I am writing the first draft, I don't force myself to stick to the detailed plan exactly, but what I find usually happens is that even if my creativity takes me in a different direction, it's usually specific and not general, which means I will still hit the major plot points. Just how they happen might be slightly different. And if I find myself going way off course when writing the draft, I will go back and rewrite the plan in the new direction. No matter what, I like to know where I'm going. This usually helps me avoid major plot holes in my first draft and saves a lot of time in the editing process. The way I start with the story really does depend on what type of story I am writing, but today I considered starting out by mapping the major plot points to the 3-act structure. The reason I considered this is that there are so many moving parts in this story, and I was feeling a bit overwhelmed in getting started. But then I thought back to another book I am working on at the moment, which has even more POV characters than this one, and I remembered how I planned it. I did it first by splitting the story into parts, and then in each part, writing between 1 and 3 lines for each point of view character about what is happening with them at that point in the story. Now, the parts are arbitrary, they don't really mean anything except that is how I am choosing to organize the story beats. In a part, 1 line for a character could be 10 chapters in the draft, while 3 lines could be half a page. That's not important at this moment. What is important is that I get in sequential order everything that is happening in the story. One thing that is very important for this story especially is that I keep track of the characters. So as I am planning, I keep going back to the character document to add character profiles of anyone mentioned or anyone I think I will need in the near future and have an idea about. It means that this is kind of slow going, as character profiles take a surprisingly long time to do, but it is necessary so I can make sure the characters are being used to their fullest potential. This story focuses on one settlement, and there are, at the beginning of the story, 79 people who live in that settlement. Part of the appeal is that we are following the same characters interacting with each other, living with each other, surviving with each other, so even the minor characters will have a part to play at some points. By the time I finish the detailed plan, I likely will have all 79 character profiles done, or at least be very close. I think I've made slow progress in terms of the amount I've written, but I think overall I've made pretty good progress because I'm developing the world, I'm developing the characters, I'm adding bit by bit, and this is slowly transforming into a really fully realized settlement and story. So things are going well. I'm gonna end it here for today and onwards and upwards. AA Watson out.